What's good, everybody? It's your brother New Breed coming through with another video. We got to talk about the tactics of demonic, narcissistic people. Most of you all viewing are no strangers to narcissistic abuse. A lot of you all had to endure this coming from people very close to you, such as your family, people who call themselves friends, co-workers, intimate relationships, so on and so forth. And some of you all may still be going through reactionary abuse or narcissistic abuse right now as we speak. And that's why this video is so important. We must highlight their tactics. Some of you all have had war waged against you and you didn't even know it. You was completely unsuspected. First and foremost, we must understand that these narcissistic people are demonically possessed. And they feed off of confusion, dysregulation, discomfort, and distress. It fuels them. And a lot of these narcissists can be very cunning. They're master manipulators. They're deceptive in all their ways. And a lot of them can appear put together. And really, within their hearts, they have destruction in their hearts. Now, a narcissist can make you believe that they have your best interests at heart. And that's why it's so easy to fall into their traps. And I could tell you this right now, a narcissist has no love for you whatsoever. You are only a supply. A supply for what, one may ask? Well, you are a supply for their emotional fuel. They want to get you emotionally off-centered. They want you explaining yourself. They want you confused. They want you gaslit. And they constantly want you to shrink yourself. So they'll do things to provoke you only so they can project their own insecurities on you. Once they provoke you, they blame you for your reaction. This is what they do. So they can turn it around and always make you the problem. That's right, brothers and sisters. They do this because they have a superiority complex. They must feel superior. They want to keep you apologetic and they want you to shrink yourself. They want you to minimalize your stance, and it's all about control. They want you to do what they want you to do. Now, these narcissistic people are dangerous, but they can be defeated. And we're going to talk about that. And if you brothers and sisters have noticed any of these traits coming from people around you, I mean, any of these characteristics, you may want to exit stage left and get up out of there. Because these people are very much detrimental. You know, these people do not care anything about you. You are only a supply. You are only a means to the end. And these type of people, they will always justify their wrongdoings or completely ignore them. And they will always make you the problem at the end. These people cannot address themselves. They cannot say, hey, I was wrong for that. The narcissist finds that nearly impossible to do. The narcissist is always going to cross boundaries and disrespect you and blame you for your response. That's what they do, while maintaining their image. And these people are well put together. These people are not messy. They're calculated. So, a lot of you all have dealt with people who are narcissistic with a splash of sociopath mixed in there. But nonetheless, they can be defeated. We're going to talk about that because narcissists are not intelligent people. I don't want to use the word stupid. We're just going to use the word dumb. And I'm going to use that word because anybody who believes that the world revolves around them and them alone is equivalent to a 2-year-old. That's like a 2-year-old. That's like a person who is childlike in mind in a bad way. Anybody who thinks somebody's supposed to emotionally be triggered every time they're in their feelings and their emotions, that person is problematic. And that's just not a real intelligent person because they believe the world revolves around them. Also, anybody who cannot take constructive criticism or correction and acknowledge that, they have a point where they stop growing. They have a point where there's a lack of maturity and they're unable to really ascertain information the way they should, right? So these people are not these genius people. That's one thing we must keep in mind. Their ego gets in the way of their growth. Their arrogance blinds them from common sense and logic, because you have to be a delusional person to believe that you can do no wrong and everybody else around you is the problem. That's a delusion. So they can be defeated, but what you first must stop doing is you have to stop being their supply. You must stop explaining yourself. You must stop emotionally feeding them. You must stop being apologetic, because they have a tactic where they'll do something, and then when you react to what they do, they'll make it seem like your stance is not relevant. Like you're overreacting. You're the problem. You're wrong. But they're negating what they did. This is how narcissistic reactionary abuse is done. They're ignoring what they did and saying, no, you're the problem for how you reacted to what I did. And these people are completely unable to take any accountability. So what you must stop doing is you got to stop being apologetic, because good people genuinely say, wow, did I overreact? Did I not do the right thing? Am I the problem? No, you're not the problem, brothers and sisters. They are the problem. So you got to stop apologizing, because that continues the same vicious cycle where they have no accountability for what they're doing. So first and foremost, you got to stop apologizing. For a lot of them, you just got to go silent. You got to go absolutely silent with them. And you got to keep in mind, it's not your fault the way they're moving, brothers and sisters. You can only control yourself. But when you ignore them, you get speechless with them. Some of these narcissists, they would be crawling in their skin. They would really blow up because they've lost control. They'll go through a series of, crazy reactions, or I would call it withdrawal symptoms, because they no longer have that control over you. They no longer have that grip over you. Another thing you must do is stop caring about what they think. Stop caring about what they think. Don't let them mentally bind you. Because you got to keep in mind that these demonic people, their whole goal is to destroy your soul. They are there to destroy your soul. They don't care if you become a shadow of your former self in a negative way and you're just mute and blank as long as they can control you. So give them no contact, distance yourself, set those healthy boundaries, because a lot of these narcissists won't stop until you are no longer yourself and they have complete control over you. And these are very dangerous people, especially if you get a narcissist that got a sociopathic tendencies. And make no mistake about it, they are innately evil people. They're evil. They actually get great pleasure seeing you in anxiety, seeing you distressed, seeing you hurt. They sleep well at night knowing they have control. And when you react to them and you feed into what they're doing to you, what end up happening is they know they still have access. If they can get you out of character, this is the reason why they provoke. They provoke because it is giving them some type of sensation to know that they can get you out of character. It makes you look weak when you explain yourself. It makes them feel superior. They love to feel like they're better than you. They love to feel like they got a higher moral compass than you. They love to feel like, that you are beneath them. That is their source. That's what feeds them. When in actuality, a lot of them are really just very damaged people, very hurt people, broke people, who really are trying to use the children of the Most High to feed off of. And I'm going to tell you this right now, you got to leave those people completely behind in your life. This is how you defeat them. You have to go no contact. You have to distance yourself. You have to stop feeding into them. You have to stop responding to them. You have to stop explaining yourself. You have to stop getting triggered emotionally. You have to learn when to walk away. You have to disengage with those type of people because they won't stop. They won't stop until they have complete control over your soul, until they have destroyed you and you're not the same. Some of y'all have been in relationships with people like that, and you get around your friends and family and you're just not even the same. Your energy is gone. You just you can't even operate the same. Some of you all go through this at your workplace and you got management that may be that way and it got you bringing that home. No, you just have to disengage, detach, and know how to deal with them, because eventually the narcissist will expose themselves for who they are because they can't hold it. If you at the workplace and you dealing with some form of harassment coming from one of these people, they're trying to gaslight you, but you keep your composure, eventually they're going to explode. Eventually they're going to lose their patience because you're not doing what they want you to do. And then you will be the one still at your job and they will be the ones fired. So, these people are very manipulative. They're very calculated. They choose their targets and then they lock in on them. They are monitoring spirits. A lot of them have monitoring spirits with them. And that's just how these people operate. I'm going to tell y'all, remove yourself, improve yourself. Now, if you brothers and sisters have experienced this, man, talk to me down in the comment section. If this video is helping you out and you understanding the mindset of these individuals, talk to me in the comment section. If you've experienced it, going through it right now, let me know. Tell your story down in the comment section. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Support the work. Cash App, New Breed Global Truth. Also support HebrewCare.com and NewBreedGlobalTruth.com. One love to y'all. Peace.